Hi, I'm Susie from Out West Homestead. Thanks for coming by. It's a windy day today and we didn't do too much outside because of the wind. So I'm just making up a video to tell you one of my stories. When we lived over by the hills, one day I got surrounded by a pack of wild dogs, or feral dogs. And before I tell you that, I want to tell you about this little girl. She lived not too far, about a mile away from our house. And I want to tell you about this little wild child girl. She was really something. When she was little, when we first seen her, when we go out on this main road to the highway, we could see her house back over that way. So we'd see her riding this horse, an average sized horse. It wasn't no little pony or anything. And she was just a little old girl, 5 or 6 years old. And she'd ride that, she had long brown hair. And her, they probably had 5 or 10 acres, and we'd see that girl ride that horse bareback. She is a little old girl, and she was riding that horse just as fast as she could, and she was staying on it, and she was so little, and I thought, my gosh, somebody taught her how to ride a horse. Well, come find out, her grandparents had a hay farm, and we was going there to buy hay, and we found out that that's was their granddaughter. I guess they dealt with horses too, so they probably got her a good horse. She was riding that horse all the time in that 10 acres, just riding it and just going. That little girl, she was on fast speed all the time. So as she got older, she ventured out back in the foothills, down the roads and stuff. Her mom worked all the time, so that horse was her babysitter. And she'd come by us sometimes when we were riding. We was too slow for her. One time she was riding with us, and she looks at Bill, because she really liked Bill. I think she was looking for her daddy. She really liked Bill. And she says, do y'all ever go faster than this? And Bill says, sometimes. You know, we just go normal speed, but that little girl, she was just in high speed. And then she'd come by the house and see us out, and she'd tell us she just come from the foothills. At that time, she was about 9 or 10 years old. She'd come by, tell us, this place over here, you know, that place, and we'd go, yeah. And we rode it too, and it was real rocky. And she said that had a lot of rocks in it. She had a hard time. And even getting up to that area, it was, you know, a hard trail to get up to. So she was telling us about that trail. And, but anyway, she'd come by our house just going 100 miles an hour with that horse. Either saddle or bareback. She was just one heck of a rider. So one day she come by, knock on the door. So Bill went out there to see who it was, and it was her. And so what happened, I don't know where she was. I think she was close by, but her horse stopped real fast for some reason. And she flew over the horse's head, and she was probably 10 or 11 then, if that old. So she flew over the horse's head and got banged up, got some cuts on her. It was so cute. She looked at Bill, and he said, "Did you get hurt?" And she goes, "Yeah, right here." She was like the baby. I got hurt right there. So we fixed her up, but you could see her that she just loved being around Bill, you know, she was wanting a daddy. And Bill was real nice to her. And so we patched her up and helped her back on her horse. And her horse got a little bit cut up. I think it either tripped or something. I don't remember, because she was an excellent horse rider. And anyway, I think it tripped because I think the horse's knee got hurt. And we bandaged, or not bandaged, put medicine on that horse. So she walked the horse home. And then one day we seen her out, and she come by and she says, and which we have heard about these pack of wild dogs. And she said she was out across the way, and a pack of wild dogs started chasing her, and she just outran them with that horse. She wouldn't know any difference because she would just run. She grew up running that horse, galloping, and that's all she would know is just take off running. So, which we did hear about that coming to this small town near us, and they was killing animals. I think other dogs and cats, you know, people was saying there's a pack of wild dogs run loose. So one day I went out riding, and so where I would take off to this power line road, if I ride the desert. So it went down into about a 15-foot ditch, but the power line road went, you know, through it. So you go down it, but when you come up, a horse wants to trot. You know, when they go uphill, they don't want to walk slow. They either trot or they want to gallop uphill. But I did notice there was a lot of tracks on, you know, dog tracks, but it just didn't even sink in my head. So I went down in that ditch, and I galloped out of it, you know. And when I went right up on top, there was that pack of wild dogs right there. So I think I startled them, and real fast the whole pack circled me. And my horse, you know, I stopped my horse, and my horse was used to dogs, so he didn't get in a panic. But they started barking at me, and what they looked like big black collies, real dark, and maybe a little white or brown on them, but they were big dogs. And there's probably about 6 or more. It was quite scary landing into a pack of wild dogs like that. It just all of a sudden, there they were, and they knew to surround me and bark. So my horse stayed still, and so I started griping at him. I was scared too. I thought, oh my gosh, and I thought my thinking was, don't let my horse get startled or bug me off or rear up and knock me off, because if I fell on my back, fell off the horse, them dogs would be right on me. So Little Red, he stayed, you know, still. So I was looking at them dogs, and because they are dogs, and at one time they were raised up by people. So I told them, you better stop that, get out of here. You know, I was talking like that, really, you know, forceful and grumpy, like you bad dogs. And so up on this little hill, there was this blonde, reddish blonde dog, and it had a black muzzle. And I got them dogs quiet, but that one particular dog, and I'm sure it was the leader of the pack, he was trying to tell them real hard, let's get her. In fact, some of them other dogs, they started moving back, because I would just, you know, act real mad. Get out of here. What's the matter with you? You better stop it. That's what I was saying to them, because they should know human language. And So that's what I did. And Little Red, he was so good. He didn't move a muscle. And them dogs, you know, they were furious at first. So I got all them dogs except that one pack leader. All of them started moving back out in the desert, just moving away from me. You know, they were obeying me. They were minding. And that one dog, and I did have a pistol with me. I thought maybe I would have to shoot him. Oh my gosh, that one dog hated people, and you could see it. If you ever read A Mean Dog, you could tell that was a mean dog. So he's probably the one that told him, let's get this kid that horse. So anyway, I turned my horse and faced him. Me and my horse faced him. Because if I had to, I was going to run over him with my horse if he attacked me. Anyway, so I grabbed at him. He was barking up on that little hill, dirt hill, and boy, he was like, no, I'm not going. I said, you better get out of here. You better stop that. Boy, I was griping at him. And sure enough, and what happened, he lost his power because his pack left. His pack disappeared in the desert, and he went like this, like, where are they? They took off, because they, you know, I was mad at him. And so anyway, off he went. He went find the pack, and he took off. And I thought, oh boy, that was a relief. I can't hardly imagine somebody out there hiking without a weapon and get attacked by them dogs. I heard that pack was really bad. I think they was getting sheep and goats and everything else. Anyway, that's my story on that pack of wild dogs. Once I faced that one dog and his pack left, he didn't have no power no more. But I just can't imagine being on foot and having that pack surround you. If you know, some people don't like having a gun on them, but I'll tell you what, if a pack like that, they would rip you to pieces. They would kill you for sure. And that leader, he was mean. He would have made sure you was dead. So I was really proud of my horse being still. He didn't panic. And he wasn't used to, if I had to shoot off of him. We shot a pistol around him before, but to shoot off of him, I hadn't had him trained for that. So I sure didn't want to, you know, just shoot off my horse at a dog, you know, to scare him away. But if they took me down, I would got him, but or try to. But back behind our house where we lived, a neighbor, he would have always raising puppies. His dogs would always get pregnant and have puppies. So this one mother, she was a Labrador, so she had puppies, and she had about 6 puppies. And when they got older, they would get out of the fence, his yard, and they'd go around kill chickens and ducks. And people was telling them, your animals coming over here killing our chickens, our ducks, or goats. And so he acted like, and he acted real nice. But they would still get out. His fence wasn't too good, but I thought I would try my best to get that fence mended. So one morning we heard the dogs, that pack dogs, and they weren't wild. They were just out. I think they was hungry. I don't think he was feeding them good. So we could hear a bunch of commotion out back of our place. We had 5 acres there. So we went out to look, and our horses was on one corner, pretty far away from the dogs, but our donkey Maggie, because she's out there fighting them, and Maggie was a sweetheart. If you ever want a donkey for a kid, that's the one you want, because she would babysit kids. She didn't bite, kick. You could probably get under her belly and everything. She's just a sweetheart. But she was out there fighting that pack. And all the horses, they was up in the corner, you know, acting like, ooh, like this. Mackie was out there boxing their ears. Donkeys fight with their front feet. Their front feet could knock their heads off. Oh my goodness. If you could see a donkey fight, they're like a dust devil. So them dogs was biting her ears and her face, biting her legs. She had blood on her, and she was just out there just fighting them, every one of them. And of course it was too many for her, but she was fighting them. So Bill ran out there with a gun and shot at him, like, get out of here. And they took off. Well, where they went right back home. So we got it all calmed down. But poor Maggie, you know, she had paid the price of this, and that guy letting his dogs just run, you know, she got bit. And so Bill went over and said, your dog's over here getting my horses, and had a fight with my donkey. Oh yeah, I'll keep him up. I'm sorry. I'll, you know, fix the fence. Well, not too long after that, they went to this little farm and killed ducks and chickens. So I think they called the police or something. And you have the right to shoot animals, you know, if they come in there and try to kill your livestock. So a couple guys went to that house, and they were really mad. And the guy said, if they come back over my place, I'm going to kill them. And that owner, well, you could shoot them right now. So between them two guys with pistols, they killed them dogs right there, the mom and them pups. And that owner let them, because I guess he was tired of them getting out, hurting animals. What an idiot. I thought, how can he just created a mess because he wouldn't fix his fence. But donkeys, they don't like dogs. Our donkeys, they don't like our dogs. When we hike with them, they behave. But I wouldn't let the donkeys and my dogs mingle. Donkeys just don't like coyotes. They don't like dogs. It's just something in them. And they make a real good protective animal, you know, for your flock, goats, or whatever you got. They just don't like dogs. Donkeys walk up to dogs. They'll put their head down, walk up real quiet to them. Don't look aggressive or nothing, and then they'll pounce on them. If a dog wags his tail like, oh hi, that donkey will nail him. That donkey will get him. Gus and Annie, they're the same way. They don't like dogs. So we always, you know, be careful around them, especially the little ones. Sonny can outrun them. He sees them coming, and he knows what they're going to do. He sees that head go down, and he'll move out of their way. But anyway, I just want to tell you that story about them wild dogs. I feel lucky, you know, Little Red didn't get spooked by them, because, you know, they were pretty vicious at the time. But he kept his cool. If you can have a horse keep their cool like that, that's pretty good. Little Red did. And me and him, we were such bonded. He knew my movements. So when I went to turn him toward that dog, that pack leader, he just turned real easy and faced that pack leader. He was something. But anyway, it was scary. So, and I'm still alive. Anyway, so thanks for coming by and watching Out West Homestead. Bye.